Hello my friends, the Centuries Past collection is finally here. I am bringing out each of these journals. This one is named Ruby. We have Maud, Eleanor, Francine, Rosemary, Cicely, Clara, Cora, Gladys, and Abigail. So I hope you can see all of these, but this is the Centuries Past collection and I'm so excited to be finally bringing it out. I want to do a quick flip through of each little journal. So I'll start with Ruby. So these are just going to be quick flip throughs because I don't want to make this journal last forever, but this one, all of these have vintage fabrics, vintage photos, coffee dyed lace, and then they have different pages in them. Almost all of them are coffee dyed. So that's the connection with all of them. You will be getting very vintage fabrics with each one, but each one is a little bit unique. So we'll do a flip through. I've got scrapbook paper, washi tape, a ribbon bookmark in here, vintage botanical pages, again all coffee dye. These have tabs in them, and there are a lot of pages in here. I think this one only has 3 signatures, but it has, I don't remember the exact number, but a lot of pages in here. So it's got space to write, to put all your memorabilia and ephemera, lots of envelopes, lots of tags in here. Each of these envelopes has a journaling card in it, lots of stamping, cutouts from magazines, usually nature themed or birds. Again, more stamping. And these will be kind of a surprise, so whoever gets to take this home and make it their own will be able to find all the little tuck spots and surprises in here. There's maps in here. Here's more cutouts and stamping. Lots of journaling cards in here. See, here's more maps. Just a lot of stuff. Here's a little mini booklet that I sewed in. Some pages with envelopes here and here. Stamping, washi tape, tuck spots. I've got a large fold-out map of the Kalispell, Montana area. Glacier National Park kind of area. More washi tape. My stamp at the end by Ragged Pages. And again, the closure with coffee dyed lace. So we'll set this one aside and move on to Maud. And all of these are vintage names on purpose because they're supposed to represent all the centuries past and all the vintage pieces. So this is vintage fabric, stitching all the way around, just a huge, beautiful collage of fabrics, laces, papers, music paper, words. I mean, it's just gorgeous. This is probably my favorite journal. On the inside here is black chalk paint. So both front and back are the same in that manner, and you can use chalk on here. So this has got, again, lots of pockets, washi tape, tags, ribbons, stamping. This one in particular has a bunch of tabs on top here. Fabric, tea bags, lace, all just unique, eclectic. Big tags, they all have this matching black ribbon. And then these are vintage buttons tied in the center of signatures. Again, I stitched in ribbon bookmark, which I have here. More stamping, large envelopes, more stamping, just so much coffee dyed paper. And all of these, if you can see, have been coffee dyed multiple times so that you get that marbled look of the coffee in different depths of darkness and lightness and everything. So each piece is very unique. More stitched in fabric that matches the cover. So you can see there's just lots of space to journal in this one, or stick in whatever pieces of memories you've got. So there's Maud. Next we have Eleanor, which is the quilted journal. I've got lots of different fabrics on here, lots of random quilting, bright, happy colors, some vintage fabrics, some modern fabrics, and again, lots of tabs, but on the side this time. Each of these tabs are represented throughout the book. So these are scrapbook papers that match the inside, fabrics that match the cover, and we'll just get started. So these again are vintage buttons all the way. More stitching, both front and back. I just love this cover. This is the music paper, coffee dyed, made into a big pocket to save little bits and pieces you want to put throughout your journal. There's coffee dyed paper in here, scrapbook paper, music paper. This is actually a college ruled like notebook paper that's coffee dyed and put in there. Just blue printer paper. Lots of stitching throughout here, lots of tuck spots. This one does not have the envelope or the journal cards of the last one, so that you can put in as many cards and pieces as you want. So this would be more of a art journal or writing journal. This one has, let's see, 4 signatures in it and lots of pages. I'll have the details in the listings or below this video. Anyway, just lots and lots of different pages. Every single page has something unique on it. So flip through here. There we go. So that one is Eleanor. Francine is one of 3 of this style. So there's Francine, Rosemary, and Cicely. So these 3 are made from hardcover books. All of them are from hardcover books, but I saved the outside of these because they're so ornate. They're just beautiful, and also they're a little bit better for traveling or sliding alongside other books because they're not going to be easily rubbed or anything like that. They're just well protected. These are the original covers. So we'll start with Francine. So this one has that coffee dye lace tie and a knot button. These are also vintage, so all 3 of these have the same closure, and then a burlap ribbon spine. This book, Francine, is the only one that has leaf rubbings in it. Let me find a page like that. So it's got leaves from my yard, leaf rubbed through here, and then a lot of variety of pages. So this is really thick scrapbook paper, some tracing paper, cardstock, just normal paper that's been coffee dyed, scrapbook paper, more cardstock, the college ruled paper. So each sheet is like a variety of thickness and style, color, but they all go together really well. Some map scrapbook paper. This book in particular has 5 signatures, same as all 3 of these, and then I did these like little ragged edges on here, you know, the little shape cut scissors, so that it would kind of emulate the old vintage books. You know how they have like the ruffled edges on them? I wanted this book to kind of repeat that. So anyway, this one has those, and just a variety of pages, lots of options for decorating, for writing. Like this paper could take marker, could use pencil and pen, just all different options throughout this journal. And a large envelope in the back to hold any little pieces you want to save. So there's Francine. Rosemary is very similar, a little bit different. They all have this belly band and the 2 tags in the front, and this fabric. Again, this has that thick scrapbook paper that's been coffee dyed, a thicker little paper, cardstock, normal coffee dyed paper, thinner scrapbook paper, and these 2, Rosemary and Cicely, don't have the leaf rubbings. So flip on through here. Again, very similar. This one has more pink papers, pink and red and brown to match the cover. Very vintage feeling, a variety size pages, and I did this again on purpose so that they would kind of cascade out on each other, so you can like see one sheet here and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sheets when you look at this way. So it just adds just a lot of different dimensions to this. And again, the edges are ruffled on the edge there. The pockets all the way through. My stamp done by Ragged Pages. And again, a large coffee-dyed envelope in the back to stick your little pieces of ephemera. So there's Rosemary. Cicely, as you can guess, has blue pages. So these are the original insides of these hardcover books. Again, the belly band and the tags. And this one has more blues and grays along with coffee-dyed paper. Again, those ruffled edges. Cascading pages so you can see multiple layers at once, and the same number of 5 signatures, if you can see that. Kind of. There you go, 5 signatures. I'll flip through here real quickly, but again, it will be a little bit of a surprise for whoever gets it. It's just got so many pages in here, so many options. This is some of my favorite, the cascading, all those colors. They were put together purposely in the order that they were so that you can see everything together and just super decorate it up. Anyway, lots of options, lots of different strengths of papers. Again, by Ragged Pages, and a large coffee-dyed envelope in the back for putting more ephemera. So this is these 3. Next, we're going to go through Clara. So this journal is another quilted one, but it's got a more modern sleek fill with the white and the brown. None of these fabrics are vintage, but the colors kind of odes back to that. These buttons are vintage, however. They're from my grandma's collection, which makes them super special to me. The closure is a button and jute tied in the back, and based with more vintage buttons on the front and the back. Inside cover is this brown fabric. The inside has almost exactly the same types of papers as this one. So actually the way I made this signature was from leftover pieces from this journal that simply wouldn't fit in here. So this is again coffee dyed, music paper, scrapbook paper, blue printer paper, lots of stitching, flip outs. This is college ruled paper. You can tuck stuff in here. So lots of places to put this, but just on a smaller scale than the other ones. Make sure you're in frame here. Vintage buttons, more stitching all the way through. So just a mini book with a very classic feel on the outside and vintage on the inside. Little pocket to stick little bits of ephemera or memories. And there we go. My last 3 all kind of go together, they match. These are my 3 wallet journals, and I have wanted to keep every single one of these. These 2 are actually upside down. So this one is called Cora. This one is Gladys, and this one is Abigail. So we'll start with Cora. All of these are, well, this one is vintage fabric. These 2 are modern fabrics, but this is vintage lace. But all these buttons are vintage buttons from my grandma's collection. They all have this elastic closure and wrap around like this. They have stitching that offsets. This has a gold stitching around the edges. And then they have this soft cover that opens up to a single signature. This one is just gorgeous. I love how bright these pages are. So I've got a variety of pages in here as well. So this is a thicker sheet with some stamping, washi tape, music paper, again coffee dyed, double-sided scrapbook paper. Got tuck spots with journaling cards in them and washi tape. More opening spots. This one has more like pink and blue and green bright colored papers in here. And that's really the only difference between these 3 journals is the color of papers. They all have the same type. They're just different patterns. And again, you can see rounded edges, stamping, journal cards, fold outs, all the way to the back, again, by Ragged Pages. So this one's Cora, and they're all very similar. So Gladys has another vintage button elastic tie, and if you can see that button, it's like a coat of arms on there. It's beautiful with some light green stitching around the edges. On the inside, it's lined with that same fabric, and then this has more greens and browns. So envelopes, music paper, washi tape, extra pieces that are cut out to just add more dimension. There's more envelopes, for tuck spots I mean. This is a pocket. Greens, blues, music paper, washi tape, all the way to the back. And there's my stamp, Ragged Pages. So just little mini brag books that would be great for like a gift, telling somebody how much you love them, or for like a single event, a single trip, or something that you wanted to record all together. This one has that coffee dyed lace stitched on and then tacked on in a few spots to keep it in the right place. And it has gold stitching along the edges to hold it in place. Again, a soft cover, and that one is like a coat of arms button as well. And this is another vintage button, lined with that same brown paper that Gladys was. And this one has more yellows, yellow-orange pages. So very classy feel. Large envelope, journaling card, double-sided scrapbook paper, just all the way through, and again stamped with Ragged Pages. So these 3 are all very similar. And I'm just realizing this journal, or this video, has gotten super long, so I want to tell you guys all thank you very much. These will be coming out hopefully this week, Valentine's Day week. The Centuries Past collection has been a long time in coming, and I'm really excited to share them with you, each of these. So I hope you guys are all having a lovely, wonderful day, and I'm excited to post these online. Have a wonderful day. Talk to you later. Bye.